I think everybody would agree a well-equipped, professionally trained dispatch center is a lifeline for firefighters and emergency responders in the field. But if we don't do our part, it's all for naught. I'm Chief Rob Wylie. This is another FIREGROUND Flash Tip. We're here at the St. Charles County Department of Dispatch and Alarm. This is a state-of-the-art agency. They handle over 45,000 emergency calls a year for 10 different fire departments and a countywide ambulance district. The thing you've got to remember, they've got 500 watts combined transmitting power that's coming out of this place through 5 different sites. And on the other end of it, we're trying to talk back to them on as little as 5 watts. Remember, if they can't hear us, if they can't understand us, they can't get us what we need. They can't help us. A few things to remember. Common courtesy. When you're on the radio, try and listen for a minute before you key up that mic and make sure the radio is clear and nobody else is on there that you're going to step on. The other most important thing is make sure that your voice is clear and concise. Remember, 5 watts trying to travel a long distance has a lot of opportunity for breakup. So the clearer you can speak, the more concisely you can speak, the better the message is going to be received in the communication center. One of the things we still see across the United States is places that use 10 codes. 10 codes are a thing of the past. Use plain text, plain English. That way there's no misconception, especially if you're in a mutual aid situation and they don't know your codes as well as your own communication center. So speak English. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you need. Be concise. Be clear. The other thing to worry about is background noise. A lot of times, I can't tell you how many times you hear a guy key up from inside a fire and you hear nothing but feedback. That's because everybody on the crew's got their radios on, cranked up all the way. Try and set it so whoever's going to speak on the radio, be it the company officer or whoever, has his radio up, everybody else turn theirs down. Leave them on so they're functioning, but turn them down to minimize the feedback. Once you get your message and you send it out to dispatch, remember a couple of things. They're blind in here. They don't see what's going on. They can't hear what's going on. Their only point of reference to this incident is what you're telling them. You've got to paint the picture for them so that they can prepare, so they can help you, so they can get other resources lined up. And other resources means shorter time for delivery on scene, more help for you. So paint that picture. Dispatchers are the unsung heroes in emergency services. Imagine the frustration of taking a phone call from a parent whose child isn't breathing. They have no idea where they are, what town they're in, what road they live on, which direction to travel. And now you've got to, as a dispatcher, put together an action plan, get resources on the road to help save that child. We've got to remember that in the field. When we get out in the field, they're blind. We're their eyes and ears. We have to paint a picture for them so they understand the scope and the magnitude of the situation. That allows them to proact, to think ahead, get resources lined up. The better they can do that, the shorter the time we have to wait for them. All the technology in the world, all the training in the world are for naught if we don't do our part from the field. Remember, keep your communication short, concise, to the point. Use plain English text, no 10 codes. The other thing you want to do is key that radio up, wait a beat, and then speak. Make sure you've established that link. Also, make sure the radio is clear before you start to talk so you don't step on somebody else's vital traffic. From the St. Charles County Department of Dispatch and Alarm, I'm Chief Rob Wylie. This has been another FIREGROUND Flash Tip.